What up, guys? Ladies, gentlemen, probably mostly men. Um, Hope you guys are doing well. It was a little bit of a late start for my stream. Um, a day late, pretty bad. I need to get on a schedule. I recognize that, but yeah, we all have our stuff that we're going through. But nevertheless, here I am. So let's dive into it. Um, Season two is has come, so that's pretty exciting, and it would be sweet to talk about that quickly. Um, I'll just pull up Steam here. So season two, I mean, there's already been videos made on this, so I'm not gonna go like deep into it, but I mean, once again, as I said before, kind of going through what um what they did for season one, they're trying. It's still early access. They're listening to what we're saying as a community, and they're responding. And then and some, I would even say. So what's new? There's new skatable areas, uh that being like that underground area, which is like right here, which looks like some pretty cool vibes going on there. The lighting is pretty cool. It's almost like black light kind of like vibes, which kind of reminds me of like the original Tron. Um and Yeah, it's pretty cool. 80s vibes is I think what the theme is, which is cool. New challenges and tasks, which is sweet because we definitely need a refresh of that. Seasonal events, I'm kind of curious as to what they're going to do with that because it seems to be consistent that they're kind of making their own sort of themes up, essentially. But we are that is one of the things that they mentioned here is the new brand partnerships, which is pretty sweet. New tricks, uh, which yeah, and Skatepedia updates, new tricks and Skatepedia updates. I hope that I don't know if it's just me, but when I go into the Skatepedia, have noticed that a lot of the tricks are kind of like um I don't want to say outdated, but like they don't look quite as good as they could. Like the animations. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's something that I noticed. And they might be addressing that exactly that upon also adding new tricks, which is sweet. Additional cosmetics and customizations, which again, I'm down with that. I'm down with like a variety of different things. And in this photo, we can see that there's knee pads, and creating that short that I created for my channel. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's pretty cool at it. It's unique in the sense that it's not the inner rebel in me is defying all logic in the formats that I'm producing. Yes, I am producing skate shorts that are in ultra wide that you have to turn sideways because I like ultra wide. I don't know. It's just a theme. It's a I'm sticking to it. So if you appreciate it, that's good. If you don't, I'm sorry, but it's just I think it's cool. Anyways, but yeah, making that short and like skating the that park, I forget its name already, which is terrible, but the Rolling Waves Park, skate park. I was thinking like, it would be cool to actually have like pads and swag because like you see that on social media, like the vert skaters are obviously kind of like padded up. I mean, you kind of have to. I mean, vert skating is something else. Like it is something else. You watch Elliot Sloan like hit up mega ramps. It's like I mean, like Danny Way started that whole thing, which is anyways, I digress. I'm getting distracted. But yeah, season 2, it's exciting. And it looks like they're kind of changing up the lighting of the world, and there were some updates I think that they were going to make on the map itself, which is pretty cool. I mean, you can go to Steam and check it out, or even on EA's website, they have like all of this posted. But I'm excited, and I'm gonna stick to my guns on saying that like I'm hopeful about this game. I mean, it's again, it's like it's really trying to um, you know, be served up to kind of be appealing for the widest possible audience base, which is completely fair. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's tons of things I could go into here. I, I mean, they really are cooking. Like to all the people who are releasing these videos on YouTube just saying like that Skate is dead and like and that like the devs don't care. Like, I'm sorry. Do you guys actually pay attention to like what they're doing? Like there's more stuff in here to go through in terms of like what they're working on than what I want to bore you guys with. Because I mean, is it just me or am I the only? I mean, there's a lot of people who are excited. Like Stokes excited, and who else? We've got Garrett Jenner. He seems to be pretty positive and excited. Um, Pigeon Thief. I've been like following his stuff, and he's like pretty optimistic. And he said it the best. He was like, "It Skate's got like it's stylish. It's styled. It's well styled. I think, um, especially the trick mechanics. Like man, like how you can easily just like go into like a slide, like a power slide, and like spin around and revert, like all of those movements on top of like the parkour features is just it's a good game. Yeah, I stand by it. But anyways, the theme of this stream and the discussion is not actually season 2. I just thought I'd start off by saying like guys, they are working on the game. Come on, just accept it by now. Um but what I did want to talk about was let's put that down. Um was V, because I would say V is probably one of the most controversial topics, and it seems to be like the whole topic of AI in general is like taboo still, which doesn't make sense to me because AI has been around for a long time already, and it's been a part of pop culture for a long time. I mean, like I remember I'm an '80s kid, season 2, '80s theme. I remember watching uh Terminator 2, and the guy who created like the AI computer thing, which looked nothing like a computer or nothing like these supercomputers that exist today. I remember him talking about like AI intelligence and these robots with AI, and they're like, you know, on their mission to kill and all of this stuff. Like AI has been a part of sci-fi and pop culture for a very long time now. I mean, even Tron, on the top, going back to the topic of Tron Legacy, and even the newest one, going deeper into like what AI and robotics, what direction visionaries and storytellers are taking it. So it is part of pop culture as a whole. And now we're in like an AI age where like AI is just exploding. Like I don't know if you played around with like AI lately, like Sora and Gemini 3, like they I'm only scratching the surface of like what it can actually do, and I'm probably underutilizing it really, if anything. It's just there's so much that you can do with it, The key is to learn, like, how to use it and where to use it. And I think in gaming, it's pretty obvious that they're gonna need to use AI. I mean, they've already been using AI for a long time, but it does need to be taken to the next level. And the only way to take it to the next level is to continue to develop it, to continue to allow it to learn. And there is some very logical case use purposes for it. So I guess my some of the points, this sci-fi promise, I kind of like talked about that versus the corporate reality. I mean, yeah, a lot of these AIs are, you know, there's subscriptions now for a lot of them, the advanced ones. There's like a tier for all of them, and then they end up becoming free. But AI in games makes a lot of sense because, uh, I mean, how do you keep a game fresh for a long period of time? Like dialogue gets stale if you don't change the dialogue and like what the characters or how the game is um, approaching you over a longer period of time. That is kind of the downside of going back and playing old games. It's like, yeah, it's still fun, right? But all of the storytelling, the career modes, all of those don't change. And what if they could? I know that's like speculative, but what if they could? Then what would a full release game be? And I'm just letting my mind kind of like roam here, right? Because we used to think that what you purchased, you'd go to the store, you'd get it. It's like, that's what you got, and that's what it will be, and that's what it is, and that's it, right? That can get old. That does get old. I mean, it's fun to go back and play it again for nostalgic reasons, but what if the new version of going to a store and getting something is something that is actually constantly evolving? And I think that's where gaming is going. I think that's where media and at large could be going. And I think they're trying to get there, but it's like, how do they do that? I mean, here's another example on the topic of like 70s, 80s. Um, like the Star Wars trilogy, the original Star Wars trilogy, like 4, 5, 6. How many different versions did George Lucas come out with? Like a bunch of different versions. And then even when like the trilogy came out, there was like another version of that. And they added things to the movie. I mean, that's pretty like bold and that was controversial at the time. But like looking back on it now, there are things that make sense as to why they added those those scenes, those extra scenes. Not all of it was like incredibly relevant, but for the most part, I get his thought process in trying to keep things fresh, making things that were once old new. And that is why Skate Dot makes sense in this age, this era, this is how games are. And it's exciting. I don't think we should get mad about that. I think we should get excited and support games that want to be supportive in how they evolve. And that, yeah, I mean, I could go on a lot about that. I mean, okay, and V as a an AI companion. Is that really taboo? Is that really a problem? I mean, some of the things that she says are super cheesy and like kind of hilariously cheesy. It's just cheesy. I mean, it's kind of like they're clearly trying to create some dialogue that's like tailored to a wider audience, but I don't know. They could evolve that. It could get better. It could get funnier. It could get more relevant to a wider audience. I mean, it's very possible. So, I mean, the taboo thing of having an AI companion, I don't know. I mean, I'm a sci-fi nut. Clearly, I've been talking about sci-fi a lot because of 80s theme and a lot of that. But like even the new sci-fi is like Blade Runner 2049. I mean, Agent K's companion was an AI, and I mean, he was kind of a I think he was a replicant. I don't know. That's the story is still kind of like I think he was a replicant, and I think the girl was his daughter, and that was actually the child. It's confusing because he believed so much that he was real. Anyways, I digress again. But yeah, like AI companionship is kind of I think it's in the background of the reality of the world we live in right now. It's just people aren't generally open about talking about those things so much. And if it is, it's an uncomfortable conversation. It seems like because nobody wants to really admit that there's a value in that. And there are apps that you have to subscribe to in order to have that kind of companionship. V is free. V is not those types of those types of apps, but it is part of our reality. So is it relevant? Absolutely. It's absolutely relevant to the world we live in right now. Just like the storytelling and what was going on in the other skate series is also relevant. So I mean I might yeah, uncanny. Some people would call this discussion cringe. I'm sure that the internet could probably start taking jabs at me and call me cringe for even mentioning, those things. But it's just that is the reality of the kind of world we live in. And honestly, I think loneliness in general is kind of an unspoken pandemic in and of itself that probably stemmed a lot from the aftermath of the pandemic. So the whole theme with this new season is kind of cool. It's kind of on energy. It's on it's on the energy that I kind of would have hoped for. Them focusing on friends, which is actually one of the features that they're adding, which we talked about last stream. Uh it's not proximity chat. I still think that that would be a cooler idea. Hopefully they take it there, but maybe they won't. It seems like they're just doing party chats, which I think is that's all right too. Proximity chat, I could see now if I really just dig deep here and look at the potential challenges with with proximity chat in a game like Skate and thinking about like when I'm filming and as they call it griefers just like start hanging around your film set in an online game as if it's your film set. But that's what it feels like when I'm in that state, in that flow state of like filming something, you know? And then I have a griefer just like totally in my shot. That's yeah, that those things could be annoying. And if you add proximity chat to add to it as well, oh man, that could become a problem. So in hindsight, maybe that could be problematic in that sense. But just like they're finding new ways to, dial back some of the features in the game, like the compass. I've- I read that that was one of the things that you're able to toggle off, which I'm super excited about. Apart from like all the other like replay editor features that they're adding too, that's super exciting as well. Um, I don't know. There's so much going on, man, with what Skate's coming out with, and I'm excited about all of it. So yeah, the her effect, freaking freaking Gemini 3.0. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, there are lonely people out in this world, man, and I'm an alienated father. Like I have like all of this like pent up love that I want to offer, but I have nowhere to direct that energy. So it's that's a problem. And then I've got like this need for companionship and and all of that too. And that, so yeah, it's hard to find at this age. I'm 37. And at this age, it's hard to find. Oh man, and now I'm going way off topic, but it's hard to find people in my age demographic that fulfill the type of social needs that I am requiring right now, or even companionship type needs, because my needs are outweigh what I can give, and that's just not typically how relationships work. It's got to be uh it's got to be mutual. As much as I have a lot of pent up love to offer, love without something tangible seems to constantly be an outweighing value system to people who are looking for companionship, which is kind of sad that we live in that kind of age. And I would say that's probably partially the consequence of there being so many things that are free these days, like games and AI and things that you know capture our attention, I guess you could say. Um, but yeah, so NPCs. Well, I digress. Stop talking about yourself, Reggie. No one fucking cares. Um, so NPC. The NPCs could definitely take a like whole nother. They could be taken to a whole nother level with AI. AI definitely has the potential to be able to fix that. Creative assistant or a soul argument. Yeah, voice actors. And like real skaters to collaborate with. This is a good point. I mean, is AI replacing a lot of human related things? Sure. Is there going to be AI streamers one day? Probably soon. Probably already is. They're probably already working on it. um so I mean, yeah. I mean, the whole thing with AI is it's not going anywhere. And I guess the whole idea is like these these technologies could potentially allow us to have more time, more freedom to build connections and companionships, right? But does it? That is the overall underlying lying question at the end of the day. Is it actually achieving that? What they say they're using it for, right? But as far as a gaming experience goes, um, yeah, I mean, they got to keep finding ways to making these games more immersive and more relatable. And even though the potentially the AI area built areas maybe as like a construct first and then adapted later, because I know a lot of game developers are doing that, and some people are saying that about Skate's map is that it looks some parts look like they were built with AI. Um, I don't know, but I mean, that is kind of how a lot of things are going, even in architecture, actually. Like you start with an AI model and then you adjust it to make it more realistic. And there is some sort of like efficiency boost when it comes to doing it that way. Um, is it better? It's hard to say. Um, does it take away from like the experience of the gameplay, the mechanics itself? No, they've nailed that. But the map building, I feel there are a lot of areas that are relatable, like the docks, and some of the areas that kind of remind me of real life skate spots. But I feel like as they built out this map, I think they really need to, and this is like as far as the map goes, I think they really need to take inspiration from like real life places. I think that would be like my greatest piece of critical feedback towards the map. I think that's definitely needed. So the always online aspect of the world being constantly changing and developed, I do like that they're adding like a player based creative park system, which I'm not sure when that's coming, but um or what that's going to look like. I guess we'll find out, but hopefully it's good. Hopefully it allows us to be able to dive into like being able to create different sections that could potentially replicate some of those like real places. That's probably a tall ask, but I mean, park editors isn't anything new. I mean, I spent so many hours in the park editor in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. So they've been around forever. But but I feel like they have a lot further to go as well. Yeah, I could sum it up with that. But yeah, so I do want to get into some gameplay and chill with you guys. I haven't had chat up, so I'm probably ignoring some people. Potentially, maybe not, but we'll see. But yeah, so we will transition to going into some gameplay now, but shortly after this quick quick message. Um, so yeah, I guess the topic that we were talking about is V, and yeah, so we'll get on to some gameplay and talk about V. Hey Earthlings, if you've been enjoying the ultrawide views, I'm glad you stopped by. But I gotta be honest, this channel is more than just about games, it's my lifeline. You see, this little alien here, he's trying to find his people. He's trying to navigate his way back home. And that's where you come in. Every single like sends a beacon, a powerful signal home. And when you subscribe, that is the fuel for his ship. So let's help this little alien rebuild his life and keep the ultra-wide cinematic missions rolling. Hit those buttons and let's win this.
Yeah. Okay. Come on. Steady. Steady, steady, steady. Way above the clouds, that's my plane. Working mad, that's my name. Things I understand, that's my pain. Jam up the set, yo, that's my game. Me and them, yo, we're not the same. Back mountain, baby, I can't retain. Lifestyle mental, riding ways, I'll rule me up them bars like rain. I come to turn up, like 1, 2 flame, just burn up. Like 1, 2 lesson, just learn up. Like 1, 2 cash, just earn up. Like fling down the vibe, just turn up. Like 1, 2 flame, just burn up. Like 1, 2 lesson, just learn up. Like 1, 2 cash, just earn up. Selective, selective. Everything I do selective. Everywhere I go selective. I get the info, yeah, detective. If I chill with you and I build a Jew like dumb no, yeah, selective. If I eat with you and I sit with you like dumb no, yeah, selective. Selective. Everything I do selective. Everywhere I go selective. I get the info, yes, detective. If I chill with you and I build a Jew like dumb no, yeah, selective. If I eat with you and I sit with you like dumb no, yeah, selective. Yeah, okay. Don't make it one cause it's not a thing. We do this normal things. The lifestyle, yeah, that normal brings. But really, yeah, there's no such thing. When the moment's gone, moment stings. Moment gone, it brings. Selective, yeah, all my time it's a normal thing. Selective, selective. Everything I do selective. Everywhere I go selective. I get the info, yeah, detective. If I chill with you and I build with you like that, no, yeah, selective. If I eat
All right, we're back, ish, but not. Keeps on booting me. Powers to be do not want me to succeed, it seems. We shall see. I did have my mic muted. I don't know if that would have made a difference, but see if it'll actually let me jump into the game. I have been liking a lot of the new swag that they've been adding to the game. I do have to say, the new vans that they added were pretty sweet. Well, actually, it's the 29th. I do remember reading a message, actually. So this stream might be cut short. That's okay. I mean, this was more of a discussional piece. And this is kind of on topic, I guess, because the game is online only. So yeah, there will be examples of exactly this situation, kind of like being part of the game where you try to log in and there's these types of error codes. But the message that they sent was actually saying that there would be a server disruption, basically because of the update. So given that it's the 28th or 29th? 29th? Yeah, I'm assuming that that's probably what's going on, is they're updating it. So I'm not going to let this bum me out. I'm not going to let this... My initial thought is like, oh, I feel alienated. But that's not true. No, they did send me a message. It's coming back to me. They did send out a message, not me, but they sent out a message to everyone saying that there would be a server disruption. So, yeah, this is exciting. This is exciting, not a bummer. Even though this is not entertaining at all. Yeah. So, I mean, we'll just, oh, come on. Oh, come on. Bring me back here. There we go. Yeah. So, yeah, this is exciting. The updates are exciting. There's a lot that is that's coming down the pipeline, and there's more to come. So, I mean, I guess this is a short stream due to circumstances that I was aware of, but I forgot. So I'm sorry, guys, about that. So, yeah, I'm curious though. What are your guys' thoughts on AI in the gaming world? And I would go even further in saying, what is your thoughts on AI outside of the gaming world? Are you scared of it, or are you accepting of it? And how far? How far does your acceptance go? That's another question. Yeah, but yeah, let's talk about it in the comments section. We can talk about it in the comments section. I'm down. I'm constantly checking my YouTube for anyone responding. So if you leave a comment, trust me, I will respond. Yeah. But until next time, guys. Until next time, and season 2 will actually be up by next time, so that's exciting. Then we can actually go through all of the features and stuff together, actually in real time, which will be fun. So next week we'll do that. And what is the topic for next week? Let me just check that out quickly. Go here. The topic for next week is, give you guys a sneak peek. So the style. So if you guys have anything cooking in your brain about the style and have any feedback regarding that, you could also add that in the comment section as well. We could chat about that, or you could just join my Discord, and we can chat about it in real time. So, yeah. Until next time, we'll see you on the flip side, on the season 2 side. But yeah, peace, love, and freedom, guys. Peace out. Is there anything scarier than waking up to a copyright strike? Stop risking your channel's future. I switched to Epidemic Sound a couple of years ago, and it's the only platform that I trust. We're talking high quality music, sound effects, and even voices, all cleared for use. Whether you need a cinematic track or the perfect swoosh sound effect, you can find it in a second. And once it's in the video, no claims, no headaches. Protect your content today. Click the link in the description to get your free trial of Epidemic Sound. Trust me, your edits will thank you. As I am in a season of rebuilding my life, I am trying to grow my network, so if you want to join my Discord, click the link below.
What a waste of love.